Welcome back to another piano lesson on how to play country piano for beginners. Whether you're a beginner or an intermediate player, I think these lessons are going to be super helpful for you. Today, we're going to do some cool stuff. I'm going to show you how to play the chord D. We're going to be using both hands, and you're going to be just laying down this D chord. Chording is super important, especially in country. If you're in a country band, you're going to use chording to fill in all the empty spaces. You can play chords on your own if you're singing or someone else is singing. You can do this in church. You can do it with a band, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're ready, head on over to the piano. We're going to get started right now. Okay, I want you to start by putting your thumb of your left hand here, and you're going to be alternating the notes D and A, just back and forth, like this. When you're playing a D chord, A is going to be the alternate, okay? It's always going to be the alternate of D. D, A, D, A, like that. And you'll hear that all the time, and not just you won't hear that just in D. Really, you'll hear that all the time, regardless of what key you're in. Guys, I put a little chart up there for you that I created. Let's take a look at that. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. The chords that you see grayed out are chords that you don't need to play when you're in D, okay? The ones that are in purple are the major chords that you're going to play all the time. The ones in violet are going to be the minor chords that you play. So in the key of D, you have 3 majors and 3 minors. That really doesn't apply to today's lesson because today I'm just showing you just how to play D by itself. Now later on we'll be moving around. I'll teach you how to go from D to A and up to G and all around, okay? So let's get back to this. So you're going to play a D and an A in your left hand, and you're going to have exactly the same notes in your right hand. And it's great if you're just learning the piano because you only really got 2 notes. You're just playing them here, not together, playing them apart. But and these 2 you are playing together, but you're playing, these here, and you're playing an octave higher. This is good. This is great. This is a D major, and it's open. Listen. And we're leaving out, this is probably the chord right here. This is D major, right? As a 1, 3, and a 5. And when I say that, when I start talking about these numbers, there are a lot of numbers in music that you need to know. Now, right now we're talking about just notes. They're just notes from the major scale, and I'm going to show you that right now. If you start on D and you play, we're not going to play all of a major scale, we're just going to play part of it. So watch. 1, 2, 3. That's your third. If from here to here is called a third. And if you come back and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's called a fifth. Okay? So when you play this fifth, it's an open chord because we're leaving out the third. Sometimes you'll play the third. I don't want to even demonstrate anything with that right now. I just want to keep this simple. Now, if you take this A, it's part of our D chord, and you move it down to here, this is the chord we're going to use. Let me demonstrate what this sounds like, and get ready to get your hands on the piano and start playing. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then we're going to do it together. Ready? And that's it. It really, when I got to, that was it. That's all there is. That's all there is. That's it. You just do that over and over until it's time to move, till it's time to move either up to a G or down to an A. We're not going to do that in this lesson because you're not ready for it. If you're a beginner, even if you're an intermediate player, think about these voicings, that you have. What do we call these? Just different chords that you lay down on the piano. Those are called voicings. So, okay, guys, here. This is your turn. This is your time to play. Put your hands on the keys. D. Be ready to play D and A. And A and D. Ready? We're gonna go nice and slow. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna slow down. Bass, chord, bass, chord, bass, chord. What I should tell you is that when you play this and you stop, you're going to stop there. So the bass note, and whenever I'm talking about bass notes, I'm talking about all these notes down here that that your left hand's going to play. It's going to start with a bass note, and it's going to end with a bass note, just like that. And guys, that's it. Now, if you just put your hands on the keys and it just felt weird, or you couldn't stay up with me, that's normal. If you don't have the timing, if it's uneven, like when I first started learning how to play, I would sound like this. So guys, you're gonna feel really inhibited. You're gonna feel like, why can't I do this? It's like when you learn how to ride a bike. At first, you're like, oh man, this is incredibly difficult. How am I ever gonna learn to do this? And you're gonna wobble, and I don't want to talk about that other part of learning how to ride a bike. But at some point, it's like riding a horse. Well, I call this walking the horse. It kind of depends. Maybe this is walking the horse. I want to show you this. If you're able to just lay these chords down like this, here's what I want you to do. Play your bass note and then break this up like this. A, D, A, like that. Play your bass note. It's your alternate. A, D, A, same thing. So watch. And slow down. Like that. Don't do that. Don't try to do it until you're able to do this. Don't try to run if you can't walk. And don't try to walk if you can't crawl. Those are just like when we're babies, when we're little. We learn to crawl, we learn to stand up, we learn to walk, but it's not that like one day we're crawling, the next day we're walking, and then the next day we're like running down the hall. No. It takes time. And guys, this does take time. So there's two things you can work on, just the chord, the broken chord, and I'm going to show you one thing, and then we're gonna stop for today. Take these bass notes and just move them down here. When you get in the band, you're going to sound like this. Now you can also do the broken chord with this. Listen, it's going to be slower, and I'm probably going to put some pedal on it. If the keys look like they're just they change color and they're running because I've got that pedal on. But watch. And I like that. I like, you could go into a band, right? Well, don't try it today, but I'm just saying, if you went in and you did that, they're like, oh man, this piano player is ready to play. After that, you're gonna start doing some cool stuff. Anyway, a little peek into the future. Guys, I can teach you how to do all of that. And I don't know if you can tell, I'm super excited about this. So that was our lesson for today. D in the bass, chord, alternate bass is your A, chord, everything's bass, chord, bass, chord, bass, chord, bass, chord. And let's stop there. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. I know I did. And I just love playing piano. I love playing country. And I'm just having a really a blast being able to bring this to you. Just start where you're at. Just work at your own tempo. Like I said, at first, the timing is really not there. The notes might not even be there. You may be playing wrong notes and your timing may not be there. But be patient with yourself, keep working, and have fun with it. Make it exciting. And I know that if you're a beginner, like you're just on step number 1, that it's difficult now, guys. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I understand how that is. It feels like something you haven't done before. And those kinds of things are always hard because you don't have any experience. I just want to say thank you for joining me today. Please come back, check out some of the other lessons. We're going to do some really fun things. Please leave me a comment. The most important thing to me right now is this. What are you getting out of this? What are you learning? What are you taking away from this? What parts of this do you understand? What things can I improve on as a teacher? And guys, when I say I'm a teacher, I'm your teacher. I'm your piano teacher. Okay, if I could just reach through the camera to the whole world and just hand this to you, I would do it. I guess that's kind of what we're doing. So guys, thank you. And I'll see you back soon. Bye-bye.